Okay, well, we're fortunate that our menu is not that complex. You know, it's bags of ice cream and fresh baked cookies. You know, you keep the cookies warm, you can't screw that up. We sell cold pops and water, you can't screw that up. You know, whenever we see that the beverages are low, we refill them. You know, so as far as our quality, one important thing is you got to keep the temperature in the truck cool. Otherwise, if it gets to be 100 or 110 degrees in that truck, those machines, they'll shut down, they'll protect themselves, and they won't let you overheat. So, and then you're really up a creek because you got people at your window wanting ice cream, and you look like an idiot. So I will, if I see the temperature's getting really, really hot, I'll ask people to take a break. I'll shut the machines down. They'll stay frozen inside. When I turn them back on, I have ice cream. But it'll cool. I can cool the truck down to 85 degrees in about 15 minutes with the 3 air conditioners. You know, so then I'll cool the truck down and I'll start everything back up and pump out some ice cream. And then for inventory control, I keep about a week's worth of ice cream at all times, because you never know when you could have a run, when you have a busy day. I usually buy about $600 worth of ice cream at a time, which is about 15 boxes. Those bags, they cost about $18 each. When the truck transports, when it's in transit, it's not on. There's no power to it. So the coolers aren't on, nothing's on. So we use ice chests. We just throw the bags in, put a layer of ice on top. They'll last 24 hours like that. That ice lasts. So you could go to an event, you could go to a 2-day event. And you know, okay, you may have to run to the gas station, buy another bag of ice. But that's all you got to do. And then you can keep your bags on ice, big cooler chests. All the cooler chests come with the sale of the truck. We got like 6 of them. And you know, that's how we keep our ice cream fresh. We have 2 big refrigerators, which is where we keep all our ice cream mix. You know, and we could stack those to the roof. They hold a ton. Those are commercial coolers. And then I have 2 small, like home freezer chests, and I just keep bags of ice in there because, like, when I go out, I need a bag of ice. I just dump it in there. You got to watch your labor cost. You know, if you plan on doing this and never working on the truck, you probably shouldn't buy the truck. You know, you can get away with that for a day or 2 or 3, but your labor costs. Labor's high in the United States right now. You know, you can't pay somebody $15 an hour and then expect them to do $25 an hour work. You can't expect them to be a manager of your truck. This truck is a complicated piece of engineering. There's unhooking and hooking the trailer, the generator trailer, plugging in the shoreline. Sometimes we ground the truck for certain operations if it's like a really wet place that we're at. You know, there's lots of stuff going on with the truck, and if you're paying somebody $15 an hour, you're going to get $15 an hour out of them. You know, so the best thing you can do is, if you're going to pay somebody $15 an hour, make sure that you're on the truck running it with them. You know, or that it's your family that's running it, and that they know. You know, and we have a point. Oh yeah, the point of sale system's included. It's got a card scanner. We take all the cards: American Express, Apple Pay, Discover, Visa, MasterCard. They charge like 3.5% of all your transactions, and they report your sales tax your sales to the state of Illinois. Now, I don't know how it is in other states, but I'm not crazy about that. But all the cash has to go in the register. You know? So